Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
I love this time of the week where I can settle back and into the comfort that is the Shoreline Cinema. Maybe have something nice and close that if ever I get thirsty, I can do a little bit of the old imbibing. But also to be guided through a wonderful movie today by Gail Hall. Gail, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, John. Thank you.
Lovely to see you. And this is mysterious. After the wedding.
Yes, after the wedding. And yes, you chose the right word there, John, mysterious, because as you can see from that hypnosis you've got, it's very minimal.
It is.
But anyway, getting on with this review, directed by Bart Frudelich, and one of the producers, John, is actually Julianne Moore, which happens to be his wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so bit of teamwork there, I think.
Great
actually.
stuff. Oh, yeah. I'm a fan of her work.
Oh, she's great. She's great.
Yes.
Now, this is actually a remake of a 2006 Danish movie with subtitles, actually. But I did read that the two characters, or the two main pivotal characters in that particular movie, were two men. But in this movie, it's particularly two women. Mm-hmm. So it's a remake, but from different genders. Mm-hmm. But Julianne Moore, cast as Teresa Young, along with a strong cast of Billy Crudup as her husband Oscar, and Michelle Williams as Isabel, and Abby Quinn as Gracie, Teresa and Oscar's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
The movie opens with wonderful scenes of India. Have you been to India, John?
No, I have not.
No, wonderful scenes. I love it, with all the buses,
and the
thousands
colour.
of people. The
colour. The colour attracts me.
It's
yes.
just amazing. I love the opening scene. But we're actually in Calcutta at a children's orphanage where Isabel has spent some years working as the manager there. She clearly loves what she does, and one little boy, Jay, about 8 years old, adores her like a son to a mother. Mm-hmm. He absolutely loves her, and she obviously loves him. Lots of kids at the orphanage, though. Now, the orphanage is funds deficient and has an offer of $2 million made by a media company executive, which Teresa Young is the corporate head of this particular company, on one condition: that Isabel travel to New York to seal the deal.
Oh.
Okay, from India to New York. Okay. Bit different.
Yes.
She informs the staff, "I'm not coming back without a suitcase full of money." So that was her statement. Okay, so she resents actually going because she has to leave Calcutta, but there's no choice. And her little Jay says, "Will you be back for my birthday? And so we can have ice cream?" And she says, "Yes, I'll be back for your birthday." Oh. It's quite sweet. These big brown eyes, melts your heart, really. But anyway, in the interim, here we cross over to Teresa, Julianne Moore, driving to a large mansion of a house, singing at the top of her voice to some obscure pop song. Now, I've actually seen that scene before because, we both mentioned that she's a really good actress, and I really enjoy what she's in. But I went to see Gloria Bell.
Yes. And
I don't know whether you saw it, John, but you did.
Yes.
You saw her singing as she was driving along, singing at the top of her voice.
Yep.
Well, this was actually a scene, what I felt. I was thinking,
deja vu all over again.
Deja vu, exactly. I was trying to think of the right word, and I thought to myself, what are they doing? Here she goes again, singing while she's driving. But anyway, I did see it at the Shoreline, so that's the important thing. Now, she lives with her husband, Oscar, and twin boys. There's also a daughter, which you heard me mention in the opening, but more about that later. Isabel is put up in a large hotel and is clearly out of her comfort zone and has an appointment to meet the very businesslike Teresa the next day. Now, Teresa, after finding her schedule very overbooked and no time to discuss the donation, Teresa then invites Isabel to the wedding of her daughter that coming weekend. So they can get a chance to have a talk and for her to meet the family. Now, I said that there was the wedding. I've got to sort of say that this is where, what would you say, the core of the plot, which things start to happen. Now,
You're being very inscrutable.
I am. Now, this is a story, John, about hidden family secrets and a real web of intrigue. That's the way I saw it. A little predictable, maybe, I felt. So I'm not going to divulge too much of the plot, but I'm going to say it is easy viewing, okay?
Okay.
Now, to me, it was a bit like reading a book, tempted to look at the pages ahead.
Yep.
You know how you do? You're
Yes,
sort of like,
yes.
what's going to happen here? Now, but you don't, because you've really got an idea of the plot, and you don't really want to spoil it. So that's the way I feel about this movie. If I give you an inkling about what happened at the wedding, I think your listeners are going to probably guess, in a sense, what's going to come forward once they see it.
Right, but you seem to be implying that the destination isn't so important as the journey in this case.
That's right, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And of course, you know, she's there for a purpose, of course, Isabella's, to get this $2 million. And I could say that expands to $20 million, but I think the listeners need to go and find out why that does expand to $20 million towards the end of the movie.
You see, I really want to know what's in it for the media company.
The media company, well, I think it's just she's a very professional and successful media company, and I think it's just kudos, probably.
Oh, okay. So it's purely philanthropic then?
Pardon?
Purely philanthropic.
Oh,
to use
yes,
purely charity.
exactly. Purely charity.
Right.
Yeah, purely charity, wanting to do something. And but the web of the plot, you'll see why things change a little bit, and in the end, the orphanage gets a substantial amount of money.
So the suitcase of money turns up.
Turns up almost.
And what about the birthday and the ice cream?
Well, unfortunately, now that's another thing. I'm going to tell you that she doesn't get back for the birthday
dear.
and the ice cream, but she does ring the orphanage, but she doesn't get back for that particular time.
Okay.
And there's reasons behind that, because the wedding starts the plot. Okay.
All right.
Okay. And I'll tell you what, John, I really enjoyed it, because I always wait till the credits go through, because you never know what sort of information I might find. And I really enjoyed the music as the credits were rolling down.
Okay.
And I think one of the songs was "Knew You for a Moment." Now that's a clue.
Okay.
That is a clue.
So you seem to be implying that the title of the movie, After the Wedding, is a
Yes.
good title.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, John, you've hit the nail on the head.
So it is on at the wonderful Shoreline. I have the timetable here, so if people want to know when it's on, just give me a tinkle and we'll let people know. But the big question is, Gail, do you recommend it?
Yes, well, I enjoyed it. It was about an hour 40, nearly 2 hours actually.
Wow, okay.
And yes, and I had a girlfriend with me, this friend that's flown up from Christchurch, and she enjoyed it. I said, I want your opinion. And there was a few other people in the movie theatre, and I turned around and asked them, and they said they really enjoyed it. So
Great,
it's a good movie.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. It is After the Wedding. It has been reviewed here by Gail Hall.
106.3 Beach FM.